Jenny, this is quite a farm you have here. Tell my viewers where we're actually located.
We're actually located in an unorganized township, which is actually called Pittston Academy Grant Township, Maine.
Maine. And is this an actual working farm or not anymore?
Not anymore. This is really a gentleman's farm, if you will. We do have animals here. We do raise boa goats, so there is a boa goat farm here per se, which is a meat goat, and we have a couple of horses because we do horseback riding here, developing trails, but it's a BYOH, bring your own horse. and we also have a set of oxen, which are about 3,000 pounds apiece. They're Holsteins, and they're for show, just so that people like you and others can come up and just see them. So we do have some pastures, and then we have a 4-H project for the grandchildren. But as far as raising any crops, we do not.
Mm-hmm.
And
I noticed coming in, I saw a museum.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
I'm very excited about this because this is a new project for us. The museum is a logging museum, and the logging museum has been here for a long amount of years because this property is on the National Historic Register, which is a very special designation for us. And the reason it is because there were 5 such farms here in the North Maine woods many years ago. In 1979, when you could no longer float logs down the rivers, the surrounding rivers at the South Branch and the North Branch and Moosehead Lake and all those others, then Great Northern ceased operations here. And that means that the other 4 farms were beginning to be torn down just as fast as they could. Great Northern was the largest logging company in the United States and probably the world back in the 20s, 30s, and 40s. There were thousands of men, working men, that would go into this building that we're in right now, get their provisions, get showers, and then they would move on to the hinterlands, so to speak, and where they would work all week and cut logs with a crosscut saw and with their axes. And then the horses would accompany them, and they would put chains around the logs, haul them out to the nearest body of water, and wait for the spring runoffs. And then they would conjugate in the river, float down the river, and go one of 2 routes up here. One would be through into Moosehead Lake, which is because down goes right by the birches, and then they would float down the Kennebec River and out into the ocean. The other route of travel is right where we are, which seems kind of odd, because it would go down the Penobscot River system, down across Chesuncook Lake and into Repigemus Dam, go down over there, and then float into the Penobscot Bay, into Bangor, and out into the Atlantic Ocean. At which point then they were obviously floated, put on barges, and then sent to England and other places abroad. So the museum is logging history, and on March 1st and 2nd of this year, we are going to be forming a new charter member board of directors for what we will be dubbing, I hope, as Friends of Pittston Farm, which will be a 501c3 nonprofit corporation, which will operate side by side with our business that is called Historic Pittston Farm. But that will allow us to apply for grants.
Sure.
Where we're already on the National Historic Register. And this farm would have been torn down in 1979 and 80 if it was not for the vision of a gentleman that was the farmer owner who we bought it from, Ken Twitchell.
Well, now, you have also other items here at the farm. I saw what appears to be a place where you have RVers and
yes, we have a campground
during the summer.
Yes, we do. In fact, our campground is open year-round. We have a campground in the summer and in the wintertime. It's 2 different seasons, so that people in the fall and in the winter can enjoy some hunting and snowmobiling. Like this time of year, they come in October 15th, and they can stay until May the 14th. And then come May 15th, it's for our fishermen. We have wonderful native brook trout fishing here, right out in front of their camps, and right in front of the campground. And they can fish and do summer activities and boating and whitewater rafting and camping and some November hunting, October hunting, and then leave on October 14th for our other season. So our campground has 24 RV sites with all electric hookups, and we also have tent sites as well.
And a personal note here, as far as food is concerned, that is a dynamite banana pie. That's a banana cream pie like Mom used to make.
That's right.
Now you have a full kitchen in here.
We have a full kitchen here. We are open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and we operate year-round, and we try very hard to have great home-cooked food. And it is from scratch. We were just talking out in the kitchen. We make our own ice cream, and that is made the old-fashioned way with plenty of eggs and cream and half, and it is mixed currently in a Green Mountain ice cream freezer, and we serve that, and it is delicious. And we make all of our own fillings from scratch. Our own soups and chowders are that way, and we make our own bread. We make oatmeal bread, rye bread, and white bread, and we use that for our French toast in the morning, and so people like that very much.
Very good. Now you have accommodations here.
We do.
Talk to us about that.
We have 30 rooms, 15 on the exterior, 15 on the interior, and that is composed in the interior. In our historic lodge is a regular hotel. We have a total of 15 rooms in here, 9 on the second floor and the remainder on the third floor, and all hardwood floors upstairs with homemade patchwork quilts on our beds. And on the exterior, we have cabins. We have carriage houses, which really was the old carriage house where they kept the horses, and now that has been remodeled, and there are 7 units within that carriage house. So they're like separate motel units, all naughty pine interior finish, and they have satellite television. Each unit has a satellite television and their own private bath. And we have wireless internet here for all of our guests. And in our living room here, we have satellite TV as well for our hotel guests.
You know, coming up here, I was looking for power lines. I didn't see any power lines. Evidently, you are self-sufficient.
We are very self-sufficient, and we're very proud of that. We have a beautiful view from our front porch, as I know you have noted. And because of that, that means no power lines. And the way we do that is right now, until about a week from now, I hope in a couple of weeks, is by a generator system. But we are going green. And in a couple of weeks from now, we will be generating all of our 80% of our own electricity through renewable wind and solar power system, which will be composed of 2 wind towers. They each will produce 10 kW and 60 solar panels that will be on 5 poles out there that are Schedule 80 pipe, and there'll be 1 rack on each of those poles, and each rack will contain 12 panels. They're 2x4 foot photovoltaic solar panels. The wind will blow, the sun will shine, and the electricity will hopefully go down the pole, come into, obviously, our generating station or our system, which is our maintenance shed. It will be converted to 240 volts or stepped down from 110 AC to 240 DC, go through the 144 batteries in the battery room, be converted with an inverter, and come out into our transformers, producing 110 for 3-phase for our campground, for our lodge, for our maintenance shed, and our barn, and our 44 acres of electricity here.
Very good. Well, Jenny, if someone is interested in coming to the farm, how can they get more information?
They can call, they can email. My email is jennyo, JENNYO, at pittstonfarm.com, or just info@pittstonfarm.com. And our telephone number is 280-0000, area code 207. And we have a beautiful website. We'd love to have them go onto our website and watch our progress for going green, and that is www.pittstonfarm.com.